Hello everyone and welcome to part 20 of Stegosaurus Rex Divinity Original Sin 2. This episode we'll be going to the inn and see what adventures await us there. I always like going to the inn in the city. Filled with fun people, filled with fun events. For instance, right here inside, this guy. Oh, there's a ghost. Ooh, is there now? Oh, a little bit of lag here and there.
The spirit of a magister stares dumbly at her translucent hand, the fingers of which have been sheared off.
My ring! Where's my ring?
Are you one of the missing magisters?
The spirit looks at you with the smallest flicker of realization.
I was still alive when she started cutting pieces off me. She wanted me to feel it. All of it.
Who is she?
The spirit inclines her head towards the kitchen.
Okay, do you know where your body is?
The spirit ponders your question and seems to shiver.
Oh, in many places. I feel my body in 100 moving graves, warm and wet.
I've got a feeling. But first, let's talk with this guy.
You have interrupted my newest masterpiece!
I thought it was done.
The bard clears his throat and gargles on his own saliva. He then returns to his poem, but his voice cracks mid-verse.
Oh, it actually has interesting stuff here. Lumberjack magicians, brewer's appendix, masterwork runes. Huh.
Well, never you mind. Every sonnet I compose is a masterpiece, and my muse has been begging me to write something new. Wait! You might be just the stimulus I needed. I shall craft a rhyme for you and your race. All I ask in return is a handful of coins. It's an offer of a lifetime.
Let's see. My race might be a little bit difficult.
Oh, think you're special or something? Too good for my verse? You're nothing but another lousy human! Now move along, so the real poetry lovers can appreciate me.
Okay, rude. How about you?
Pretty good, ain't he? Bet he'd even write a poem for you if you sidled up all nice like.
Wrong.
That divine voice, that idyllic poetry. I could lose myself in bar stand cinnamon eyes.
Let's see, what else?
Damn right.
Arguing with Mac is like giving medicine to the dead. He's as stubborn as a corpse and smells the part to boot. No wonder Papa Thrash gives him the stink anytime he tries to go downstairs.
Another sorcerer on the loose. I knew they should have cut off the Meister's head and burned the rest. Gotta make sure it don't grow back.
I'll take your own.
He fixes you with a stare, looks you up and down, weighs you up, the cut of your cloth, the weight of your bag. A moment passes.
He's rich. Wow.
Then a smile creases his face, a smile carefully constructed to look friendly and authentic, a smile that doesn't reach his eyes.
Greetings, stranger. Looking to ease the pain of a decaying world? You're in the right place. Beers are ordered at the bar, but can I interest you in a nourishing bowl of stew?
Sure.
A bold choice, on the face of it, unless you're looking for something a little more tantalizing than a meaty stew and a mildly alcoholic brew.
He raises an eyebrow and gives you a sly look.
Go on. Now,
Weep, my friend,
stew.
for Alexander the Innocent.
That's it. So what is this boulder choice?
He purses his lips. His fingers drum a pattern on his elbow as he assesses you.
Yeah, sure, I'm a man of the world, looking to explore many hidden delights.
A lascivious smile spreads across his face. His tongue darts from his mouth to lick the spittle from his lips.
Let me ask you this. across the world who is renowned above all others for their exquisite lovemaking abilities.
Humans. Let's do the Fane option. I haven't got much experience.
Well, isn't that a shame? Listen, my friend, there's no lover livelier than a lizard. And for an insignificant sum, I can introduce you to the most luscious lizard the world has ever known.
Actually, wasn't going there.
Well, this is what's available. Take it or leave it. And I suggest you take it. It's better to regret something you did than something you didn't do. Am I right?
He holds out his hand.
Ooh. Take a look at the real me.
Oh, God. Okay, then. You can pay me later. Or whenever you like, really. Now,
Really?
let me ask you this. What flavour of stew do you prefer? Do you like the strong and meaty variety? Or do you prefer it delicate and fragrant, if you get my meaning?
I have no idea. Surprise me.
I admire your sense of adventure. Upstairs, my friend, on the second floor, the experience of a lifetime awaits you.
He gives you a mischievous grin,
Okay.
then dips his head in salute and turns away, relieved that the conversation is over at last.
I never did this part before. Yeah, we did already have a talk with her. Who else is here? Garvin seems to be an adventurer.
Finally! Your colleague over there is absolutely useless.
Colleague, you say. Also, always fun that everyone thinks I'm someone else.
I'll have a bowl of the house stew, if you please.
Ah, okay. I'm no server.
Oh, pity. I've been trying to get a little something to eat all day. But the giggleheads who run this establishment don't seem to be willing to provide a fellow with his fair portion.
After all I've been through, too.
He lowers his gaze, then looks up at you expectantly.
What have you been through?
His lip trembles dramatically.
It's my mentor. My dear mentor. He was killed by those void beasts. I told him we ought not to travel in the hills, but would he listen?
Guessing no.
No. Now here I sit, my closest companion gone, our precious cargo worth more than Lucian's right ring, lost to the beast-infested wilds, and the waiter won't even bring me any stew.
What about those missing supplies? Perhaps I could help.
Ah, then perhaps my luck has changed. Yes, perhaps this awful business might soon be behind me.
Tell me, how are you with, well, Void Woken?
I can deal with them.
Ah, terrific news. Then what I ask will be little more than a trifling. My mentor, Liam, and I were hauling in a goodly number of fine wares from the Southlands when we crossed paths with a great brute of a Void Woken. It made short work of Liam, may the gods rest his soul. I managed to escape, but my precious cargo was left behind. We'd invested our entire livelihood in those wares. I'll do anything to get them back.
I would happy to help.
Lucky stars. You must have been sent from on high. And don't worry, I'll make it very worth your while. This I promise. Oh my honor.
Okay
Now,
then.
Give me your map.
I'll show you just where to look. I doubt those beasts out there have any use of such a cargo. I can't tell you how thoroughly you've made my day. Good luck.
The inn is always a good place to get some quests.
She nods an
Over here?
uninterested greeting.
What do you have?
Here for the fight.
What fight?
This is a tavern. People are drinking. Eventually there'll be a fight. You planning on starting one?
Probably inevitable. Want to fight with me?
Buy me a drink and I'll think about it.
Sure.
Cheers. Later then.
Okay. Well, that's one ally. about the barkeep?
A prim woman in a starched apron wipes a glass with a clean rag. She pins you with blue, steel-sharp eyes as you approach the bar.
Letter. Let's buy that. Might be interesting.
Blessings upon our Lucian, 7 times divine.
Free, she expects something from you. Imitate the only human ritual you know. Extend your hand and loudly say, "Nice to meet you."
She looks at you. She looks at your hand. She looks back at you. Either the human is an imbecile, or that's not the correct response.
And his 7 blessings upon us undeserving. Sure.
The soft lines of her face fold into a warm smile.
I read that.
She sets the glass on the counter and pours you a generous portion of an amber liquor.
Oh.
I see your mother raised you very well indeed.
Yeah, sure.
You and my Niles would get along.
Niles?
Nice to see an unfamiliar face. What brings you to Driftwood, darling?
I've met Niles. Is this him?
Yes, that's my boy. Did you know him? Finest physician in all of Reaper's Coast. Top of his class. My, but it's been too long since I've seen him.
Yeah, he was a fine physician.
A fine physician indeed. That's my boy. Some say all a growing child needs is food and sunshine. I say abstinence and chastity will grow him finer than either one of those.
Okay.
Oh, but it's so good to meet a friend of Niles.
Oh, thanks.
Here, have a little something to eat. Niles' favourite, you know. No one in our little town can appreciate work so fine as his, you know. All his instruments and books are stored away upstairs, all but forgotten. It's such a terrible
I'm
waste.
sure I could play. I'm highly interested in that.
Well, I'd love to show you, but I'm afraid I can't leave the bar unattended. This crowd isn't to be trusted, believe you me. But I suppose, well, there's no harm, is there? You seem to be a good sort. One of Lucian's own, isn't that right? Here,
Totes.
take this key and head on up the stairs. You'll find Niles' room there. He'd want to know his fine things weren't languishing unappreciated in his old room.
Okay. Yeah, let's go upstairs first. Plenty to do there.
Take the wheel, Captain! Take the wheel!
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy.
This town is poor, but this room is...
Rocks ahead, Captain! Do you hear me?
A weathered woman in a dirty sea captain's tunic babbles breathlessly to herself, and somewhere nearby, you hear a bell ringing.
I can see it.
Bell rings a warning and the tide is on the turn. And I without my compass.
If you had a compass, you must be the captain. Where's your ship?
The ship is in the locker. On the bottom in the rocky shallows.
Oh.
And all are drowned but me. And yet, can you hear? The bell rings on. The bell haunts me yet, and it would drive me mad.
I hear the bells and cruel laughter.
I'm haunted by my crew. They ring the bell to drive me mad. Please make it stop.
She
Sure.
buries her head in her hands and cries.
Make it stop.
Rocks ahead, Captain!
A
Hello.
ghostly seaman stares at the captain, his lip curled in a malevolent grin, his eyes wide with hate, and all the time he rings his bell. He registers your presence. His head swivels towards you.
Even the narrator is pissed on him.
Spoke to the lady, Captain, didn't you? I seen you cozying up. Are you hers, you bag of bones? Or sail you with us?
It's time to set sail yourself. You dead.
I'm doing my duty here, I am. I'm the lookout and I'm ringing the bell. Rocks ahead, Captain. There's no lighthouse here. Rocks ahead! Ha 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 ha!
You dead.
But I'm on duty here. There are rocks ahead and the captain must know it.
You're relieved from duty.
He blinks once, twice. A single salty tear drips from one ghostly eye. The bell falls silent. He raises a finger to his temple in salute and fades away.
Oh, that worked.
She babbles breathlessly on, barely aware you're there, and nearby sounds a ringing bell.
No.
My ears are still a-ringing.
The bell should ring no more.
And I have you to thank for it? Then thank you, I surely do. That accursed bell lies with the peacemaker, on the bottom in the rocky shallows. My compass lies there too.
Okay, what's with the compass?
The compass surely lies on the bottom, near where the ship was wrecked. Take it with my blessing, if you can find it.
Where is it?
Let me mark your chart.
Oops.
But you be warned. Stay off the wreck itself. Let her lie as a monument to her dead crew, and as testament to my mistake.
What about the cargo?
She goes white as the proverbial ghost.
You've got no call to go looking for no cargo. As far as anyone's concerned, we sailed with an empty hold, and if there's anything left to salvage, you leave it where it is.
That's
Heed
not
me.
suspicious.
Leave the cargo of the Peacemaker alone.
Not
She turns
suspicious
away.
at all.
Conversation over.
Oh. I'll take... Poison cloud. Blank skill book.
You've got a pick who you can
I'll
trust.
probably be able to use that.
You got that
Just
right,
like this.
Ilka. You got that right.
And I'm saying, you
Okay.
can trust me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away. And you can't be too careful, you know? If they can get Alexander, they can get any of us.
I'm sure you can.
It's a shame, it is.
An absolute shame.
The experience of a lifetime, is it?
What's a shame?
Alexander, slaughtered like a supper lamb. Poor dear.
It ain't right.
It's actually still alive, right?
I'll knock it if I want.
Yeah.
It ain't right. Never thought I'd say this. But I hope they round up them sorcerers for good. I ain't needing one sick and a void woken on me.
Oh, that's rude.
You said it, Ilka. You're a true patriot.
And that's a bit expensive. Okay. What else we got? Registers.
Yeah? What do you want?
The very best for all people.
Huh. I want another beer and a bowl of stew. Which of us is more likely to get what they want, do you think?
Probably me. Optimism is a moral duty.
Guess that makes me a sinner. Perhaps you can help us settle an argument.
Perhaps.
Thatcher here is one of my dearest friends, but she isn't the brightest.
Thatcher grins hello.
Our mate Boris got posted to Fort Joy for consorting with lizards, and Thatcher here still fancies a turn around the park with Loverick's lizard. I say she'd be sleeping with the enemy. What say you?
They look at you expectantly.
It's one thing to chase the unknown, but quite another to be caught. The risks are too great. The world's going to hell, have fun. Or... Oh... I play the matchmaker.
Thatcher bursts out laughing. Eden goes bright red.
Get lost before I throw you in a cell for disrespecting a magister. 2 magisters. The magisters.
Thatcher doesn't look disrespected. Thatcher looks amused.
Disrespecting one magister's enough. Go on, get lost.
She turns back to her drink.
That was fun.
Sorcerer from a mile away.
Can I talk with Thatcher as well?
She tips you a wink, then turns away.
Yeah, sort of. This doesn't seem to be in Nels's room. Oh, there's a guy there. Adventurer even.
Weathered and rugged, the man sleeps soundly. He mumbles in his slumber.
There's bad things in the caves. Bad dwarf thing.
Wake him up!
His eyes flicker open, but he looks like he's still asleep.
What but dwarfings, man?
Blood and oil do mix, after all.
Clap, clap.
His eyes flicker open, but he looks like he's still asleep.
What do you mean, blood and oil mix? They don't.
The island is ruined and doesn't have a name. Don't go there.
Shout!
His eyes flick wide open, but he's clearly asleep.
What rude nameless island?
There's no graveyard on the island. Stay away from the graveyard.
No graveyard. Stay away from the graveyard. Wake
Startled,
up!
he opens his eyes, but he's staring
Oh
into
my
the
God.
distance. He's still asleep.
Sawdust and wolves, mother. Sawdust and wolves.
This is just
His
ongoing.
eyes flicker open, but he looks like he's still asleep.
What dusty wolves?
Arcs for Lucian's Day sounds nice, mother.
His eyes open, but he doesn't see you.
Will you be in arcs?
Leave me alone, Mother.
Oh, I
His
think this is
eyes
the end.
open, but he doesn't see you.
I'm not your mom.
Leave my stuff alone.
He goes back to sleep.
Ah, okay. Oh, that's actually a quest. The snoozing adventurer. He's mumbling to himself in sleep. Okay. Sure. Bye. This looks like Nels's room. That's definitely his room. Ooh.
You got that right, Hilga. You got that right.
And I'm saying, you can trust me. I can see a
Trolls.
silver from a mile away.
Oh, no,
And you
already.
can't be too careful.
Have one,
you
some
know?
honey
If
jars.
they can get Alexander, they can get any of us.
Task.
You're right about that. Right as rain, Hilga.
Toy sword. City guide. Evolution. Dwarven dagger. Oh, can't grab the painting. Weird. Dead rat. Else, another dwarven dagger. Toy sword, not worth it. Rotten axe I can use. Honey jar. Meat cleaver. Another dead rat. Closet. Thunderbolt grenade, nice. Desk.
Got a pick and you can trust.
Oh, his journal.
And I'm saying, you can trust me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away. And you can't be
So
too
his
careful.
mother wanted him to kill kids, or at least that's what he thought. Picks in a water balloon, or water balloons. Another face ripper. Blocks, face ripper, wooden doll, shield, mortar and pestle, laboratory stuff. Yeah, that's about it. Not too interesting.
It's as lush as it's always been.
Oh,
Now
what's
train your
this?
eyes on my treasures, not my person.
Yes, my lord.
Well armed trader. Oh.
As you approach the silken-robed noble, Ifan does a double-take and laughs in recognition. He pulls you to one side.
I know this man, and he's not at all what he seems. A moment.
Go ahead.
Ifan bounds forward and embraces the man, all effusive greetings. As they part, talking animatedly, the man's beard slips sideways down his face. He's wearing a disguise. Ifan laughs as he straightens the beard. They chatter away for some time, using a guttural cant you struggle to understand. At one point, the man says something and looks over at you intently. Ifan waves his hand and laughs.
Let him talk.
The man hunkers down and seems to be sketching a rough map on the floor, using an apple, some playing cards, and a fistful of threads pulled up from the carpet. Ifan claps the man on the back and turns to leave.
Well, now we know the way to the sawmill. And we know Roost thinks I'm bringing you there as part of the Godwoken contract.
Oh.
Roost's camped out at the sawmill.
So, Roost is at a sawmill. Let's pay him a visit, shall we?
Only you can make the word visit sound sinister.
She smiles. Her eyes are dark pools brimming with anticipation.
Must be an awful lot of fun toys to be had at a sawmill.
Okay. Let's see, where is he? There he is.
Here now. When one's in a small town, one must expect small town manners, I see.
Lots of scrolls. Some interesting gear. A helmet with rain. Not bad. Good belt. I've got some gold. Amulet strength and hydro. Quite good. Bit too expensive. Constitution and thievery. Be great for beast actually. chance. Bad at all. Yeah, let's take those. Let's see. It's necromancer summoning. Huntsman. How about the bow? 2 finesse, HP burning, and a bit more damage, but not for that money. The Vow Keeper? Vow Keeper? Way too expensive. The daggers, that's acid. Ooh, that's quite sick actually. Oh, it's a spear. I thought it was a dagger. Accuracy, dodging, HP silence, nothing. Yeah, okay, sounds good. How about some resurrection scrolls?
Have you a reason for barging into my room, sir?
Natural curiosity? Or, oh no, wait, I saw you talking with Fane.
I've no idea what you're talking about. Now, will you be leaving my room under your own power, or will I have to whistle up my guards?
Curiosity.
Which is what killed the cat, remember?
Okie dokie.
Still, no harm done, I suppose. I may as well introduce myself. Baron Levere, at your service.
And the other two?
Of course they are, as good bodyguards should be.
Bodyguards.
I'm a wealthy man, and wealthy men need protection, especially if they accompany their wealth. The merchant's burden, you see. He must escort his merchandise, always.
Where are your travels taking you?
Travels, you say? And why would you assume I'm a traveling man?
You sound like a city man.
He laughs heartily.
Of all things, I wouldn't have thought my accent would give me away, but you're quite right, of course. I am traveling, yes, to Arx.
Oh.
Lucian's Day will be upon us soon, a celebration no man with a heart that is both as pious and mercantile as mine should miss.
Tell me more.
I go because it is every citizen's duty, our communal obligation to chant the rites of the return and pray for Lucian's divine resurrection. That said, I do have more secular motivations as well. Arx positively overflows with pilgrims during the festival, pilgrims and their purses. As a merchant, it is quite my favorite day of the year.
All right. Let's see what else we have. Some stuff that goes to the fan. A belt for beast. Huge thievery, constitution. 445. 459. Oh. For someone else then, I guess? Nah, it's fine. And the gloves are for Fane himself. But Fane, could you use these gloves? Not really. Okay. And this belt. Constitution, thievery, bartering. Retribution, thievery. Bartering is quite good for him.
Why do you shiver, sir?
That's okay.
It's temperate enough, is it not?
For Fane it is.
Quite so,
And I also bought a letter.
The atmosphere in here is spooky.
Mada.
Spooky? Pull yourself together, man. Or should I check the cupboards for ogres?
A letter from Nels. You sound so innocent.
That's quite all right, my lord.
Okay, so the stairs upstairs are here. And there's a lady here. Ooh, love grenade. Zarat.
A lizard, tall and beautiful, turns towards you. He fixes you with a sultry look, and when he speaks, it's like listening to honeyed gravel.
I'm so glad you came, but your friends will have to leave.
He turns his back on you and waits for your companions to leave.
Yeah, sure. Hey guys. Bye. No, I said bye. Go. Okie dokie. Let's do a save.
A lizard, tall and beautiful, turns towards you. He fixes you.
I'm so glad you've come. Are you here to water my flowers?
What are you talking about?
He gives you a cool look, then a flirtatious smile.
Not in the mood for games. Me neither. So, what shall we do? Would you like me to dance for you? Or would you like to hear a poem?
I would like to hear a poem.
I like a lover who likes the arts. Here we go. There once was a fellow called George.
He takes a step towards you.
Oh, why are you getting closer?
Who tended to get very bored.
He arches an eyebrow and takes 2 more steps towards you.
Back away.
He takes 4 quick steps, moving light as a dancer, and catches up with you.
He complained to his missus.
He gives you a wry smile. There's a glint in his eye.
She asked him for kisses.
Oh
and
my.
then she said...
Gonna finish the sentence. Thank you?
That doesn't rhyme, and you can thank me later.
Oh, that was interesting. Goodbye. La-di-da-di-da. I won't continue that route. I don't think Fane will have knows what he's doing. So, that was the upstairs. Let's go to the kitchen. Oh, maybe I can talk with her again.
For more, are you, dear? Fresh out of...
Hello.
The cook acknowledges you with a small bow, an oddly formal gesture given the surroundings.
Ooh, cluster grenades, so expensive.
Please, sir, you should not be back here. It's not safe.
Your cooking smells wonderful.
Ah, the stew. It's much in demand.
Oh, her avatar looks so creepy.
You should speak to Loverick if you want some.
Oh, that's fine. Let's see what else you got.
I must insist you keep out of my kitchens. It's not safe for you to wander about like this.
I face plenty of danger.
Sharp knives, boiling liquids, sharp tempers. Don't underestimate the dangers here. Now, please, I must insist.
Post here. I'll buy some meat stew. That's Loverick had it.
He gives you the slightest nod of acknowledgement.
Give me some of your stew, good man.
I got a right to live, don't I?
What are you waiting for?
He rolls his eyes.
Oh, I did have one. Nom. So good. Oh well. Up the trash.
Hey, up! If it ain't the beast, man. Can't believe you found driftwood.
Oh.
How do you smell the ale over all that rotten fish? Get it?
The unfamiliar dwarf scratches his head nervously, then chuckles again. He doesn't seem sure what to say next.
Hey, shh, keep it low. I don't need magisters crawling up my backside after I just emptied it out.
I'll be quiet as a mouse. You bet. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Now go on down. Effie's Emporium's your bag for sure.
I'll do that. First, I want to talk with the cat. Kitty, kitty, kitty. So a guy here, Stuart.
An elf in tattered red robes shifts through pages of handwritten notes spread across the table.
So many suspects. So many potential culprits. I need to narrow down the list. Think, you damn elf, think.
What's wrong with his eye?
A floorboard creaks beneath your foot. The elf leaps around abruptly.
What? Why do you sneak up on me? Don't you know how dangerous that is, the way things are?
What do you mean?
Haven't you heard? My own Magister comrades are vanishing from right here in Driftwood. Whoever's behind it must be stopped. If you hear anything, come to me.
Okay, what do you know about these disappearances?
3 Magisters vanished so far, all within Driftwood. My comrades believe some tinkerer named Higba is behind it all, but they're wrong. I'm certain of it.
Yeah, you're right.
I knew it. I tried to convince the Magister in charge, Carver, but he wouldn't listen.
Why not?
I was removed from their ranks due to my elven blood. I'll continue to serve, though. I won't stand to see my comrades taken by some vile traitor. If they won't heed my advice, I'll still do what I can. I'll find this devil myself if I have to. This tavern is key. Of that much, I'm sure. It would be far too easy for the culprit to hide in such a place. If you see anything suspicious, let me know.
I'll keep an eye out.
You do that. Now away with you.
That's no good. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Yeah.
The cat stares up at you. Its midnight black pupils are too prominent for you to discern the color of its glazed eyes.
8 lives already gone, but I'd gladly lose the last if you can throw me a fish. One of those smelly kind.
That's a lot of options. Let's see, maybe you shouldn't be eating tainted fish.
But I need 'em. So yummy. They taste like shadows and spoiled cream and turn the air dark. Ah, it feels so beautiful against my fur, like being caressed by black cotton.
The void isn't as pleasant as you think.
I've lived more lives than you've got toes. You've got 8 toes, right? So don't go lecturing me. Just give me the shadowfish. Come on, drop 'em.
How about a fresh fish?
He stares at the fish and meows, a mixture of pleasure and pain.
Okay. How about poisoned fish?
He opens his mouth as if to meow, but makes no sound. Then there's a quick snap, and a fish tail hangs from the cat's mouth.
How about another poisoned fish?
He belches, then pokes the fish with his milk-white nose.
Maybe I should stick to the good stuff for a while. But I'll miss the shadow.
He pokes his nose at your map, leaving a wet spot.
I think you'll find something interesting there. Found me some goodies during life number 6.
Life number 6.
And if you don't mind, I need a bit of me time.
Okie dokie. Oh. Oh, he's fine. What do we have here? Chickens.
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
You got any eggs?
Heckish. Is that a joke of
Really,
some
that worked?
kind? If it is, it's only a little funny. But you tried, and that's something. So here, take an egg for your effort.
Oh, do you even know what busy means?
Oh, you want a list? I've got eggs to lay, grass to tidy, grain to clear, and Magister boots to peck. Now,
Not
if
wrong.
you'll excuse me.
Honest day's work for a chicken. How about you?
Well, ain't you a tall drink at allness? What can I do for you, honey?
You got your feathers are beautiful.
She fluffs them and coos.
You're so very, very sweet to notice, honey. Ain't easy keeping him so nice in a dusty town like this. But I do take pride in him.
Got any eggs for me?
Sure, why not? Not all of them hatch, you know. And between you and me, honey, I don't mind the taste of an omelette now and again.
What?
Go on and scoot then, honey.
That's weird. What's this?
I've spotted something.
What's this? That's sad. Warfare. Anything? No? Okay. Mushrooms. More mushrooms. Nails. Fairhammer. What else? Ah, some Amadouvier. And someone is in one of these outhouses.
I'll stay out of there, thanks.
Occupied! Oh, unholy hells!
You alright?
Do I? Oh, do I sound like I'm alright?
No.
That's what I get. Bloody tainted stew!
What do you mean tainted?
Makes a little fish into some of my stew. Bloody mackerel must have been tainted.
Oof.
Save me, Lucian!
Tainted stew. Okay. Interesting recipe. Let's go downstairs. Oh. No, it's not here. Ocean? There doesn't seem to be. Grenades? Nope. Object, maybe. There it is. Tainted stew. Water barrels. Poison.
What's this? I found something.
Something hidden. Always good. Oh, not bad at all. Bouvier. Oh, that's perfect.
Look at that. A fresh face. And a pretty little kisser it is too.
Fane approaches you, a drink in his hand and a wide smile on his face. He clearly feels at home in this grimy place.
Where did you get a drink so fast?
Want a drink?
Yeah, sure.
He grins and claps you on the back, full of good cheer.
It's really been some adventure so far, eh?
Yeah, it really was.
One must stop to appreciate the good moments, right? And if this isn't a good one, I don't know what is.
Fane looks around at the Undertavern, contentment plain in his eyes.
Ah, well, plenty of drinks to be had when the world's saved.
Ah, let's steady a bit longer. You're a nice guy.
Fane's eyebrows raise, and his cheeks color beneath his beard.
Oh, I'm charming, Ifan.
I'd say the same about you. I'm never lonely when you're around.
I can charm Ifan? Really? Sure.
Fane smiles, shyly. It's not a familiar expression on his rugged face. He inches closer to you, so close that you can feel the heat of his body warming you. You can smell his scent, wild and animalistic.
Fane.
He reaches out one scarred hand to touch you, gentle as can be.
Sure. Hug.
Trembling, he smiles. Closing his eyes, he moves to embrace you too. Noise erupts in the Undertavern around you as patrons cheer and clap your affectionate moment. Fane meets your eyes and laughs softly, pulling you into a bear hug.
Let's try this again sometime. When there's not quite so much company.
I did not expect
He
that.
squeezes your hand and winks, only moving away when he sees your answering smile.
Okie dokie. Hi,
Good
Effie.
to meet you, Governor. What's your poison then? A sip or a smoke?
Drudenay.
Aye, so it is. But not just any Drudenay. Oh no. My own special blends.
Ah.
Further down's the arena, see? And the gladiators are always on the lookout for an edge. I give them that edge. You could say that my darling herbs flower in the flesh and blossom in the brain. So, if you're interested, Governor, all you have to do is use your imagination. How can I make you bloom?
I need enlightenment.
No problem. In return for a reasonable donation, that is.
No. Okay.
Hail, darling. Call me Dorothea.
Ooh. Institution summoning Jesus. No, no. Warfare Hydro. Oh, quite nice.
She draws you in, her lips dangerously close to where your ears once were.
Oh, yes. I have something that you want. But I only bargain with those I deem deserving. Those who have accomplished great things. Are you worthy of my gift?
I skipped Fort Joy.
If you swam your way here, I might consider that a notable triumph. But honey, I know you didn't swim. You'll have to give me something more impressive than that. Surely you've accomplished something of note.
The champion of the Fort Joy arena.
Indeed. This is acceptable. You are nearer the one than most self-described heroes I've known. So, tell me, are you ready for me to grant you your greatest desire?
Well, I mean, I'm seeking answers to questions as aeons ago. So, go ahead.
You're right to assume that I'm no genie from the ancient sagas. Yet I can still expose the needs that remain hidden, even to you. All you must do is look into my ring and tell me what you see there.
Sure.
Gaze into the gem, my lovely.
She flashes her ring at you, and you stare at the luminescent stone at its center. You are floating on a current of pure source, surrounded by a kaleidoscope of colors and fuzzy images. On the horizon looms a dark silhouette. As you approach, a beam of light washes the shadow away, revealing to you...
Ah, there. A quill made from swan feather for knowledge.
Yes. I see you clearly now. It is knowledge you crave. You want scholars to bow in your presence, begging for truth in an age of lies. I will fulfill this desire. In return, I ask for one thing in return. A kiss.
Pleasure flesh don't have much appeal for me.
Dorothea sighs. A fusion of a kitten's purr and a cockroach's clacking.
A cockroach is clacking? I've never heard that.
Honey, I can see what you are, plain as day. And I know what I can give you. This isn't about a little rough and tumble. It's about that longing in you. The one that nags. Just get yourself musked up. I'm not terribly keen on that toothy grin of yours.
Sure.
Most delicious. Meet me around the corner, and come alone. An audience is not required.
Okie dokie. What else we got? Gangha?
The tigers fly, the leopards lie, and you, and
oh, whoa. He has lots of stuff.
But I know you, don't I? I have seen you in the night, older than life, younger than death. Just a dream, of course. Just a dream.
Let's see, I would like your Amduvier. I would like your Stardust Herb. Mentor could be quite nice. I'll leave it for now. Blank books. Perfume bottle. Not bad at all. High quality essences. Yes, please. And Steep Cloud Arrowhead. Not bad at all. One of those. Yeah, that will do. There's no one here. One person here.
Are you? Are you? No, you aren't.
Oh, someone's high. How about you?
What?
Okie dokie, what about you?
Watch him fight. Watch him. See that? Right in the kisser. Doesn't even...
Oh.
Doesn't...
That's also quite some stuff. But not really what I want. Oh, wait. I saw something I want. This one. And some Stardust Herb. And Penny Ben. That will do. Okay, let's meet with the woman. Where is she? What's she doing over here? I thought we were meeting somewhere. There's a button here. Which did nothing. Oh, another button. I'll check that sometime. There she is. Hello.
Her lips pout, but otherwise her face is steel.
I waited, yet you never appeared. I hope you have not changed your mind. I am most keen to satisfy you.
Sorry about that.
As you wish. I will await you.